Everybody, it's John Pretto from the road in Singapore. Singapore National Day today. I've got planes flying overhead. I felt like I was in a war zone. I've got a jet flying overhead and fireworks going off. I'm in Singapore for the week doing some business here, and I'm very excited to. I told you last week that you guys needed to log in this week because we've got a special announcement, as you can see over whatever way he is over there at the end. The CEO of Dascoin, Mr. Michael Mathias. Michael?
Hello, everybody. Glad to be on the webinar this week. As everybody knows, this is summertime, and we have Paul and Mathias. Even Paul and Mathias are on vacation, which...
Did we allow that? I don't know if that was...
Never stop. I know. I'm introducing your other guests before you can, but... So because of the summer, we wanted to do something special to just, we have the frequency changes coming up. It will change next Tuesday. And we wanted to offer an additional incentive leading up to that. So starting today at 8 p.m. Central European Time, all the licenses sold will not come with the normal 10% cycles, bonus cycles. They're going to come with 15% bonus cycles. And as everyone hopefully on this call knows, bonus cycles bring down that frequency, the effective frequency comes down on bonus cycles. You get more Dascoin. That if you submit, the more cycles you have, the more Dascoin you get. So this is just a summer incentive to get everybody doing the work, even despite all the vacations. And Paul and Mathias will be telling us how that works, how that happens, where you can be on vacation and still be creating a thriving business. I think it's also really important for us right now to think about this frequency. We're all the licenses sold up until September 30th are coming with a frequency lock. Okay, and so that means that there's really only about, call it 6-7 weeks that all of the licenses come with this frequency lock. And again, what does that mean? That means that you don't need to think about when you're submitting the cycles to the network and you choosing to have Dascoins instead of using the services on the platform. You don't have to make that choice. Your cycles are automatically submitted. That will go, and this affects upgrades are the actual reason that, so you don't have to worry about whether you're going to catch an upgrade with your cycles. You're automatically included in the upgrades, and your cycles are automatically submitted. So it makes it very easy, and it's a great predictability element to the whole license at this point. We can effectively tell you exactly how many Dascoin you're going to have. That will be changing starting at the end of September. At that point, you're going to need to submit. Anybody that comes in and has a new license is going to need to determine, do they submit their cycles right away and forego the upgrades, the doubling of those cycles, or do they wait to submit those and catch the upgrades? Because the cycles need to be in your digital wallet and not submitted in queue for Dascoin in order to take advantage of the upgrades starting September 30th. Again, right now, everyone has the advantage that it's auto-submitted, they catch all the upgrades, there's no dilemma there. We do need to be mindful of that because, we got to reach out to everyone and let them understand how big of an advantage this is right now. And so I think that's not well understood. And I think we're all under this impression, it's only been auto-submitted, so we only know this right now, so we don't realize how great an advantage it is. And so I think it's worth talking about that and understanding that. So guys, do you Paul and Matthias, do you find that the field has a good understanding at that point?
Yeah. I think, to be honest, most of the people know the difference between now and after the 30th of September, for sure. Because we always train people and we tell them about stuff like that. Yes.
But I would also say that yes, like the leaders definitely know, of course, and people don't. But I'm sure there's people in the field that don't know because they haven't some people are very involved in the business, and as we know in every business, some people would be more on the oversight. So I know a majority would know, but when we started really explaining to people the power of having the fixed frequency compared to versus when the frequency is after the internal exchange, it was like a wow factor. And I really feel like when it kicks into place in the end of September, people won't realize it, how good they had it all along. It's like when something kicks in, they say, oh my God, I wish I acted sooner. And so I think, yes, they're aware of it, but do they really understand the power of it?
Yeah, that's okay. That's why we need to constantly go over this. Also, the switch of, right now, 40% of the commissions are being converted into cycles, and those cycles are they're eligible for upgrades, right? So that's going to change, and instead you're going to be having that 40% come in the form of web euros and effectively of euros that you're buying Dascoin with. So that's another shift that's coming up that we just want to prepare our minds for and be ready for. But there are certain advantages right now that I think people are able to take advantage of.
Yeah, we mentioned about the reserve account on last week's broadcast, so that was mentioned. Yeah.
That's good. That's very good. So this again, go ahead, Paul.
I feel still though, the reserve, that's when it goes live with the internal exchange, it goes into liquid, where the person then chooses when to buy Dascoins. But right now, when the people who understand the compensation plan very clearly, that reserve is being swept into cycles, depending on the package you have. Let's say if you're on a 25,000 license, you're eligible for 3 upgrades, So the power again of now, it's crazy. And again, people understand it, but I feel we'll be having a conversation in November, December, and people will be saying, only if I really understood it. So, there's a fine line,
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. That's why we have to figure out every way possible to convey this advantage. It really is. This is the moment. This is the moment. And that's why we wanted to add yet another by increasing the bonus cycles up to 15%, just to get another element going of an additional incentive to get people, because we know everyone is very busy, but we had a very strong July, so we have great momentum, and we want to build on that. We want to keep building on it. So, and then we've got this great event coming up, and the exciting launch of the exchange. So there's just so much happening here. But John, I'll turn it back over to you, and you can have a chat with our global ambassadors here.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. So I'm very excited to have this gentleman on for the first time. Paul's been on a couple of times, but that guy back there, I don't know if he's an actor or a rock star or secret police or what is Mr. Mathias. Mathias, I'm very honored to have you on the webcast finally. I've wanted you on for a long time. I'm getting really good feedback from people as I bring people on and ask them about their story and what they have attributed their success to. You guys, I know because I see you at all the events, and you're tireless workers, and no doesn't derail you, right? And so I want you to share a little bit about yourself and kind of your attributes of success, Mr. Global Ambassador Mathias. Please share.
I think a lot of people from NetLeaders and from Dascoin already know my stories, because every event I'm going or I'm talking with people, I always share my story. I can repeat again. But basically, I was like 5 years ago, more than 5 years ago, I was broke. I didn't have any money, So I was trying to find a kind of job or something that will help me with my finances. And I was reading on the internet that I found the terminology like passive income, okay? That I can have something for years, working very hard for maybe 6 months or 1 year, and you can have a long-term income. So I was trying to find the proper company to do it, and I joined one company, another company. From some companies I learned a lot. Some companies let me down, but I was always trying. In my mind was always, there is a way that if I work hard every single day, I will get to the point that I wake up one day in the morning and I will say, I don't need to do anything else, because I was working hard for the past few years and now I'm financially free. So I invested some money already. But what I'm doing, because people say, oh, why are you so successful? Me not, okay? Some people asking me what I'm doing. I'm, for example, with Paul on vacation.
Where are you guys at?
We are in Croatia at the moment, and not far from Makarska. And we're sitting by the pool. Everybody's swimming, everybody relaxing, but we're staying on the phone, okay? We're staying on the phone, answering some questions to people on WhatsApp. So we're working all the time. When I wake up in the morning, first thing is, okay, I need to do something good today. I need to work hard today, all day, not only for 1 hour, 2 hours. I can see a lot of people, they want to be successful, but they stay all day on the beach for 3 weeks, okay? So they don't do anything. In my opinion, the only key to success is get up in the morning, not 12 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, and work hard, talk to people. The more people you talk, the more successful you will be. And you need to continue every single day, okay? I can guarantee everybody who will be working for 12, 14 hours per day for the next 6 months will be very successful with this company. That's what I think. And this is something that Paul doing also. So I know that the people I'm working with, and they also very successful with NetLeaders and with Dascoin, they doing the same. So I advise everybody on this call, if you want to be successful, if you want to have a lot of Dascoin, you want to earn some money from a compensation plan, you have to be really committed to the business and work 12, 14 hours for the first 6 months, and then you will be very successful. That's guaranteed.
Where are you living at now, Mathias?
I live in Poland, but we're staying now in close to Makarska in Croatia on the holiday.
Right, but what city do you live in Poland?
In Poland, Kluczbork. Kluczbork is very, very small town, not far from Wrocław, about 100 kilometers from Wrocław. Very small town, very small town.
I loved Warsaw. I really liked Poland. It was just a really nice city, beautiful city.
Welcome to come back.
Yeah, I'm going to come back, and the people are super nice, and, I just had a lovely, lovely time there, so I look forward to going back. We are going back, right, Michael?
Yeah, we are doing another large event there. I think it's now in early November that we'll be there again, and that event will be in Polish, so it's specifically for the Polish contingent, which are
who have the owners of the company in the country number 1.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Love Poland.
That's great. So, Paul, can you share a little bit about your success tactics, if that's the proper designation? People are interested to know, just like the book Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, success leaves clues. And what is it that you can share with people to give them kind of a guideline of tactical success?
For me, John, thank you again for having me on the broadcast. But for me, like success for me is to start with yourself. Matthias pointed out to what we do. Like I only decided, I was with my friend Friday. I was actually in a meeting, and Matthias texted me. He says, "Listen, I'm going up to you, John, next week for the big fight with my wife to celebrate our 10-year anniversary." And Matthias texted me Friday. Said, "Listen, Paul, I think a good idea." He goes, "We need to meet up. We need to have a chat." He says, "I know you're going away." He said, "Book your flight with your kids and come over and join me." So Friday, I went home and said, "We're going on vacation." So that's, but so we're here. All my kids are here. Matthias's kids are here, and so we're enjoying this time. No, but as Matthias pointed out, we're here, but we're active, working. I was up this morning before my kids got out of bed 3 hours, and we're constantly getting things done. But for me, Matthias touched on what we do. But my best advice to anybody is about yourself. You need to get yourself everywhere prepared, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Some people don't like to talk about that because they're a man, but it's the truth. When I started out in this industry, I had so many knocks. I had so many setbacks. People told me give up. People left me down. Companies left me down. But I was so passionate about the industry. Even my wife said to me, "Paul, you're after trying so hard." She goes, "Why don't you go back," he says, "to a normal job?" No. People in my family work 9 to 5, and I have all the respect for them, and I have nothing wrong with that. But me, I love this industry, and I said, at all costs, I'm not giving up. A few years ago, I lost everything. But again, for the past few years, I went to seminars, Bob Proctor, one of the #1 business coaches in the world, John Aseneff, Anthony Robbins, Steve McGowan in Ireland, and I got myself mentally and emotionally prepared. And I'm big into reading books of successful people. I'm big into, even though I'm going so much all day, meditation, relaxing my mind. I'm big into the law of attraction. When I look and study the most successful people in the world, they all into this material. So for me, when I get a setback, it's okay. I don't get negative about it. If I have if things go wrong in business, I might ring Matthias and I might say, "Oh God, I'm not happy with that," but I get on with it. I keep my mindset positive as much as possible as I can. And for me, the successful entrepreneurs in the world, if you look at them and look at their successes, they all have the mindset in the right way. And that's the best advice I can give to anybody. Right now, we're in a company, I've said this 1,000 times, and we're in the industry of cryptocurrency. There's no such hot topic right now as what we're in. And we are the first of a kind to do what we're doing. You know, people are speaking about ICOs now are a very big thing. And like, we are not an ICO. We are something way far and beyond even the imagination of that. We're going after the best of Bitcoin, the best of Ethereum, and marrying all worlds together. And with Daspay and the other products of being the most accepted cryptocurrency in the world is the goal. Like, there's no better opportunity right here and right now. But for me, like, anybody on the call today, like, a challenge for me, like, you know, is a motivation. Don't look if somebody says no and say, "Oh my God," because what happens, there's lots of new people on the call in this industry. When they join this industry, they get all excited. It's like a honeymoon. Then they start going out, talking to their prospects and their contacts, and what happens? They get a knockback, and they go into a shell. My advice to them is invest in yourself. Get the material of books like Think and Grow Rich, you know, The Science of Getting Rich, people like Abraham Hicks, Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay. These books, like I have a small thing, and I'll finish on this. I have a small thing I do every day, 7 days a week. If it's 5 or 10 minutes even, I have all this materials on books. I have it in my car on CDs, and I have a ritual. Every day, no matter what's going on in my life, I stop the car or whatever, and I listen to this information. If I'm in the office having my lunch, I put on 5 to 10 minutes. Before I start my day, I go to work very early in the morning. I put on some Abraham Hicks, Wayne Dyer, it could be Bob Proctor, but I'm investing in myself every day. And by me doing that, people ask me, how do you and Mathias always go to the #1 spot? It didn't come overnight, you know. It came, we partnered up as a partnership, but it came because everything we tell people, we actually practice ourselves. So we constantly learning, you know. So that's my best advice I can give to anybody: invest in themselves.
It's great advice. Fantastic. I appreciate it. The only thing I have left on my list today is the Japan event coming very, very quickly. Michael, do you want to add any details to the September 30th event in Japan?
It is going to be quite an affair. It's going to be a big. We're expecting, I believe, it's 3,500 at that venue. It's it's an amazing city. It's actually a country that's really getting behind cryptocurrency, and so it's very apropos that we're there. It's going to be an amazing event. We have lots of great announcements that are happening, and lots of interesting surprises. We obviously, the biggest thing that we're aiming to do there is open this blockchain exchange and start Dascoin trading. So that's going to be a momentous
huge milestone.
Yeah. So we're working, very, very vigorously here to get everything in place for that. I got to say, the whole group is lucky to have this, the leadership that we've got here on this call and that leads our network is, as you can just saw, is outstanding, and it's really I'm really proud and just really happy to have attracted such high caliber leaders, and we're attracting. I think we are making a lot of the right decisions, and it is attracting a lot of the right people, and that's something that's happening. And as Paul mentioned, this space is it's unparalleled, the amount of attention that cryptocurrency is getting. It's becoming very clear to many people that this is the future, and yet the way has not been set out yet. And I had the opportunity to meet with the Prime Minister of Malta just 2 weeks ago. And this is a country that is they recognize that this is the future. To me, it's very similar to what happened in the mid-'60s in Singapore, where an island nation declared independence, came out of nowhere, and created force. And this is what they're celebrating, yes. So it's now, interestingly, when I was in Malta, they talked about how there was a delegation. Malta declared its independence in '64, and there was a lot happening there. Singapore in '65. So there was a leadership group that came from Singapore to Malta to see what was going on. And then they declared their independence, had the story that they had. Now, that was the traditional financial services story. What is exciting about what's happening for Malta right now is you have a very young prime minister. He's Joseph Muscat is, I believe, 43. Wow. He's in his fourth year of leading an EU nation, and he really gets it about this space. He sees that that's where the future is. He wants to facilitate that in any way possible. They're going aggressively in this direction. We're doing that. They're actually, we have the commitment from the Prime Minister to come to a conference we'll be doing in November in Singapore that's being organized by Millionaire Asia, and he has committed to being the keynote speaker there. So we've got some really high-powered people that we're working with that, there's a reason why a guy like that is involved in trying to figure out and trying to facilitate this industry to emerge. We need regulation. Regulation is needed throughout the world on this. very few countries have been making the move to regulation because they have so much at risk. They have to preserve the financial services industry. There's all this tentativeness that's there. By contrast, Malta is one of those countries that they see an opportunity and they're going to support this in a major way. We also have a model that's very conducive to regulation. So that's a real help. And all these, we've talked to the Monetary Authority of Singapore and now Malta. A lot of the jurisdictions love our approach of the whitelisting, the authentication, that all the holders of Dascoin will be KYC. These are big advantages that we have that no one else has. We're a consortium blockchain. We're not just this open blockchain, and we're not a closed blockchain. We're not just a private one. It's a new model that blends the centralized with the decentralized. So there's so much here, and it's really playing well with some of the more forward-thinking nations that are out there engaged in this space. So it's just a really exciting time. And so as both Paul and Mathias has been talking about, that the onus right now is on everybody to just really get up to speed, educate themselves, invest in themselves related to this space, because together, working together on the model that we have and the people we're attracting, we're going to be setting the standards in the world. So we will be leading the world in this space in the same way that, Malta is intending to do that as well. And I think they're going to. I think that I will predict that Malta, if they take action the way they're taking it, the way I see and hear their leadership talking, they will be the 21st century Singapore success story. That's my prediction. And so we're moving in lockstep with groups like that, with jurisdictions like that. Switzerland also is a big, Zug in particular, Crypto Valley. Those are the that's enlightened thinking. Joseph Muscat is really a guy who sees it, he gets it, and they're going there. So, and we're going there. So, not to go on and on. Sorry, it's just an exciting time. I think that we're really in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
So
timing beats talent every time, as we've experienced throughout our careers. Thank you very much, Michael. I see it's the bottom of the hour. I've covered everything on my list. Did you want to recap? I see some people coming in late. Do you want to reiterate the bonus so everybody understands?
Yeah, let's just do that very quickly. The bonus is, so instead of the 10% bonus cycles, starting at 8 p.m., all licenses sold starting at 8 p.m. CET time today will receive 15% bonus cycles, and that will stay in effect until the frequency change on the 15th, the evening of the 15th. So it's how many days is that? 6 days, 5 days? So we've got a nice few days of added incentive to spark up some activity in August here, while people are on vacation, doing things. The activity level never stops, even on vacation. That's leadership right there.
And also, as before John closes, what me and Mathias have been speaking about in the past few weeks is people should be asking themselves, what's my goal? How many Dascoins do I want? Is your goal to have 1,000 Dascoins? Is your goal to have 1 million Dascoins? Is your goal to have 50 million Dascoins? And that should excite you, because going on the information we have and the highs and that Dascoin can go to, you should have a goal, and you should be talking to your people in your team. If your member says, my goal is to have 1 million Dascoins, well, you should be able to teach him how he can achieve 1 million Dascoins. And if we have this model going out through the whole network, everybody joins. Oh, how many Dascoins have you? I want to have 2 million. Well, let's help you to reach 2 million. I know with this bonus is a perfect chance to get up the ladder a bit more.
Yep.
Prosperity for everyone.
it's a perfect chance to, you can see, you have the visibility. You know exactly how many Dascoin you're going to be getting right now. So with that, John?
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much. Matthias, Paul, love you guys. Thank you very much on your vacation for taking time out to share with everybody. And, of course, we're honored and just very pleased to have Michael Mathias share with us. His insights are amazing. He's a very strategic thinker. If you get an opportunity to spend any time with this man, you'll be very, very impressed. I'm impressed that he's leading the ship here and honored to be in the boat with him sailing down the seas, and our timing is perfect. Thank you, everybody, for this week.
Thank you.
See you next week. See you soon. Thanks.